to keep holding on.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Cause it's my human instinct to never let go.
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights, because today I'm finally gonna catch up on everything that I missed last weekend. Because today we're gonna be watching and reacting to the beta test 2 Electric Boogaloo special program for Endfield. I've been out of the loop for a while now, because mainly last weekend I was just neck deep into the new Path of Exile season, so couldn't help but miss out on the live stream. But today we are going to be rewatching the live stream, reacting to it, and discussing all the new updates coming to the beta test 2 for Arknights Endfield, which is coming next year. That is all we have to say about its release date. Whether or not it's gonna be coming first half of next year, I'm not gonna believe it until we're like a week away from release. I don't believe any date as of the moment unless we're like a week away from release. But yeah, last weekend we also recently finished off our story reading for The Masses Travels. That was great. We also got a few elephants to address in Endfield, considering that the Agaloy look suspiciously like the true angels that we've seen in the story. True angels exist in Arknights, apparently, and the Agaloy looks suspiciously like them in Endfield. Also, we got a little update on what happened to the Sanctum people post the Masses Travels. We now kind of understand why the Sanctums of Endfield, some of them don't have angel wings, but they do have halos. So there's that. Anyway, though, I have seen some of the bits, some of the new operators, some of the news of the special program, but I haven't actually fully watched the special program stream. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm just gonna set things up before we start. Hold up. Windows. Pull this up. Special program. Beta test 2. Then after we watch the special program, we're gonna go on over to the website and then look at the patch notes, or at least the DevComm notes for Beta Test 2. And possibly also the new character profiles that they got over there. It is showing? It is showing. Okay. So, we're just gonna get right into the thick of things. Let's turn the volume down. Then, transition on over. There we go. Pull this up. We're going to be watching the Beta Test 2 special program for Arknights Endfield. If you don't already know that the Beta Test 2 is coming very soon. They've already begun signups and recruitments for the beta test. Yours truly has not yet been let in. I have also not been let in the first beta test. We were there for the first wave of technical tests. However, it's been a while since we were let into the doors, Hypergriff. Please let me in for the beta test too. But anyway, as my pleas get ignored, let's begin.
Hello， 大家好，欢迎管理员。
Subtitles.
感谢来到明日方舟周末地的首次前瞻特别节目。
Lowlight, what the hell are you wearing?
海猫肉和物，非常感谢啊所有玩家的耐心和支持。
What are you wearing, my
我们也是终
guy?
于做了充分的准备，为大家呈现了这款全新作品。Hello， 大家好，我是关卡设计师 Ra。或许也该和一些老朋友们说一句。
We don't normally see a lot of the main developers of Arknights outside of these streams. I really want to learn the names of the writers of Arknights. Because I think they carry the entire franchise.
各位全面分享周末地现在的一些内容展示，以及大家特别感兴趣的一些新消息。那你是否曾经想过啊，失去过往的你，却成为了那个肩负着重建秩序、扭转一切、亲手改写未来的管理员？
As usual, I still hate the concept of the administrator. I fucking hate the administrator, dog. They're too much of a self-insert power fantasy for me, man. Destined to save the world? Okay, dog, calm the fuck down. Keep your gotcha tropes in check. Oh, trailer! New trailer! Okay, we got the Dijiang platform.
Channel encryption completed. Contact code U3 verified.
U3.
Connection to the channel. This is OMV Dijiang.
Yeah, the Dijiang is like the mega ship.
I'll protect Endfield. Let's go, Endman.
I'm just gonna test if the audio is
Endman.
fine while we watch through this. Let's see, testing.
Means we're running out of time.
Okay,
Then you should have faith in the Endmen.
this is fine.
Isn't confined to one path.
Pursuant to the Bandacor, the Acquiratory shall restore the special authority level of Endfield Industries.
Hold up, we got the towers, we got the new area that seems to be...
From a century ago,
we talked about it before. New area seems to be, what do you call that? Run by a faction from Yan. We got this new character showing up. This new fucking Nezeru. Some reconveners that look suspiciously familiar. You don't think the song is copyrighted? Many people already reacted to this with the song on. Now, I was just checking if the mic was loud enough over the background.
The city is a home they rebuilt atop a disaster.
Hello, Kittius. Hold up, wait. Well, who was that? Hey, yo,
Research.
who is this?
Truth we find.
Who is this Sui-looking woman?
Done Valley 4 will take quite a while to heal.
If I were a little stronger.
We're unsure of how many cards Neferith has in her hand.
Neferith?
They won't slow down just to cater your memory loss.
We got a new name. Look at my mans. Look at how they restructured this man's facial features. Just because I personally called him ugly. Also, combat, banging. We're gonna talk about a lot of that later. Who was it? Hello? Who? Why is this Sui woman looking evil and shit? Is that Jan? Jan's dead though. It can't be a Sui woman. So this is a trailer for the new area. They're mostly gonna go over a lot of stuff introduced into the new area. Back in the technical test, we only had like, was it 2 or 3 zones?
管理员，欢迎回到塔维尔。
And we never
这里有
got
山有
to
水，看似
the green
生气
looking
勃勃
area.
实则暗流涌动
Neferith isn't new, she's the antagonist from the previous beta. I'm talking from the technical
而天使
test.
的存在
Neferith is
让整
new.
个塔维尔为之四伏。
For me,
而
as
你
someone who's
管
only
理
played the
员
technical
作为
test.
中末地工业的最后底牌，将肩负起指挥战斗和建设的双重责任。无论是带领干员们浴血奋战在四面受敌的丝毫谷地，还是行走于风光秀丽但是与巨灾为邻的武林，你的目标啊，绝对不仅仅是打赢，而更是要重建秩序，更是要让家园重新焕发生机。
而为了能给大家带来更具沉浸感的剧情体验，我们在全面测试中不光几乎重置了
Wow,
所有的
look
剧
at
情
that.
演出和对白动画
They're actually screenwriting for a 3D environment now. Also,
我们还为一些分支选项做了不同的
cinematic
演出
performances.
当你做出不同的
Is that
选择
Vermeil?
故事也会有不同的表演效果。
No.
这些全新的
Wait.
演出
Is that Vermeil's reconvener?
让各位管理员更加身临其境，体验塔维尔上的旅程。
Vermeil is the Red Riding Hood archetype that we have in Arknights. Is that her reconvener?
其实，如果我没有接住你，是不是也不会出什么问题？
Bro, this is Angelina's leitmotif.
我就知道。
What is this? Okay, gotcha game
谢
tropes.
谢管理员陪我聊了这么多。
Oh, do we have trust missions? I think we have trust missions. They did announce it a long time ago that we'd have
和大家一起面对面
trust
聊一聊。
missions.
哎，这是一款怎样的游戏，以及它会带给大家怎样的体验？我们会从你是谁
She's
开
too
始，
different to
带你
be
走进塔维尔
Vermeil.
这片
I
危
don't
机
know,
交织的
man.
世界，看看独有的全新中式区域武林，再到战斗、
武林
工厂系统、地江号、干员、武器，以及还有呢，当然还有全面测试的重磅消息啊！大家准备好了吗？和我们一起踏上这条走向重建与生命的旅程吧！
Scenery of Wulei. What are these? Why are there beans here?
对，那
Beans
话都说到这里了，那么我们可得提一提本次测试中可以深入探索的一个全新领域——武林。啊，在迎合全新故事的同时呢，也发生了非常多新的变化。
那么中末地中的中国风到底
Wuling
该是怎么样
City.
的？当我们身边熟悉的东方古典文化与工业、科幻、幻想
Definitely
碰撞
screams it. Wait a minute.
在中末地
Wait a minute.
就
That's
诞生了。它
that's
既带
the.
有幻想世界的影子
I'm a
也在
pause.
某
I'm a pause. That's the Sui MacGuffin that we set up in fuck, I forgot the city where we had Shu's event. That's the Sui MacGuffin that we set up that was supposed to help out with fighting the bestial Sui. It was the thing that brought Shu back after she died.
些地方让人觉得，哎，这里我好像真去过一样。在建筑语言上呢，我们混合了传统与现代。
We have a full ass city. What
能
it?
够看出那是中国建
Hey,
筑
yo
逻辑已经是现代或是未来的。在设计上也增加了许多现实生活中能够见到的生活细节。
我们也希望打破大多数国风作品的常规，尝试将其与科学和工业大胆结合。这种古老与现代的交融，也正是我们想象中的某种东方。
That is also one of one of the best parts about Enfield's aesthetic moving forward is that we get to see we see a lot of sci-fi set in a sci-fi with Japanese aesthetics, mainly because cyberpunk was a reflection of American fears of the Japanese economy becoming a superpower. We can now see Chinese science fiction and the architecture that it brings with it. Why are there beans? Address the bean in the room! Alright, we can take photographs. There's a photo mode! We can take selfies!
当然了，我们探索的过程中也少不了惊喜与奖励啊！在我们的武林呢，也隐藏着无数等待大家
Countless
发掘的
secrets to
秘
be
密。
found, teammate guidance.
当大家找不到这些秘
They
密的
could
时候，
find
也不用
secrets,
慌张
chests. They could
我们
lead
的
us to
队友
chest.
可以
Wow,
通
the
过
AI is
指
smart
导
enough to lead us to
哪
chests
些方
now.
面是有东西可以探索的。另外呢，我们这次还新增了宝箱探测器，它可以在小地图上帮助大家标注还没有发掘的宝箱的位置，是一个非常便利的功能。
So this is a fully roamable city. Is it gonna be like a non-combat city, like what they have in Genshin, or are we gonna have actual encounters in this city? Let's find out. This seems to be the outskirts.
使用这种功能啊，可以相互留言，留下快速取货口，甚至可以用好友
I also
留
did
的
learn
快
that
速
we
传
finally
递
have
下
Death
地址
Stranding
但
mechanics
是
with
这
the
种共享
zip
设备啊，
lines.
依赖于管理员之间的相互分享和维护。
We were expecting that
才能
before.
实现互利共赢。
The fact that we could share zipline layouts across friends and the internet to make the world more interconnected. We expected it. We finally got it. Operators in combat!
探索新区域，当然也少不了更多伙伴的加入。对的，这段时间里呢，我们也花了大量的精力啊，进行了无数次的调优，力求把角色的表现力啊做得更好。今天呢，我们也把他们请到现场来给各位
Okay,
介
so
绍
we
一下。
got Ardelia and Last Right. Suspiciously looking a lot like a character that already exists.
他们也活跃在台湾的舞台上。
Warfarin was busy.
你好，管理员，我是艾尔黛拉，来自罗德岛的地质科研人员。
She even has a dolly
在研
sheep.
究超域与地质灾害的关系。我很早就听说过管理员了，有很多问题想向您请教。
I just want to know. With the reveal of Ardelia, I want to learn the limits of what the reconveners can do and what they're made of. Because as far as we know, the reconveners seem to be recreations of people from Originium at the prime of their lives. So I want to know, is Ardelia blind and also deaf? Or did the reconvening process reconstruct her without the blind and deafness part? I don't know, man. It's kind of fucked up to think about, but I'm curious. I'm curious about the world building. Technically, though, as a reconvener, she's not suffering from oropathy, so she wouldn't be going blind and deaf.
同时，也为塔维尔的地质科研提供了重要支持。
By the time we start chapter 15, there are already oropathy mutations that are causing people to be asymptomatic, being kept alive by Originium instead of suffering. I should really be paying attention to. Here's me talking about story and world building while they're talking about combat. Oh my god, she's a summoner! Alright, she got the sheep. That means Dolly still exists. Is Dolly gonna be on Endfield? They changed the story a third time now. You don't think those details are certain for now? We'll find out. As far as we know, the reconveners are a thing. Either way, it's the easiest explanation that they can slot right into what already exists in OG Arknights. They already let the genie out of the bottle. We already have our first reconvener in Arknights. In Gerda. Also, we got this woman. New blue woman?
他战斗起来那可是相当猛啊。
And she's a Nezeru? You mean they were hiding? They were hiding under their gank-ass cloaks all this time.
在发动连续技和终结技时，
Oh, she's a cryo character.
打连攻击敌人，造成巨量伤害。
Also, I'm gonna give my first hot take of the stream. She looks the most Genshin ass, Mihoyo ass, ZZZ ass character so far in Endfield. She has the worst design in Endfield so far. She looks like a Mihoyo character. Meanwhile, my man's got reconstructed back to the prime of his life, back to the bloodline of combat skins. That's 2 for 2.
他是来自罗德岛的战地军官。
That's 2 reconveners so far, reconstructed into their bloodline of combat prime skins. Hello? My man's Heliger is a DILF now?
相信啊，大家从俊威的
Her outfit is meant for holding off her decaying. It's not the only thing holding her off.
感受到那种
Hey yo!
周末地的厚重冷峻的气息。
Is that a tail? No, that's not. I was wondering, why does this bird man have a tail? Nope, that's his hair.
是一名兼具物理输出和激励恢复能力的先锋战士，
Nick.
堪通过消耗后方参数，发挥强大的能力。
Bro, we're just gonna call him Heliger Prime. That's it. Heliger DILF mode. He summons the fucking Ursa's guards. The Ursa shield guards. Who is this man's and why does he have melanin? I thought Hypergriff was scared of melanin. It's literally him from the skin. Yes, as far as we know, Angelina and Heliger, 2 reconveners, have been reconstructed in the prime of their lives, which is the bloodline of combat skins. Still, another reason to why the bloodline of combat skins are my favorite skin line in all of Arknights. I don't think Aya has a bloodline of combat skin. But if she did, it would look like Ardelia.
这位叫阿列什的新朋友，
Alesh.
开拓区某帮派的首领。
Oh, my man's from
现在在
Sargon,
中国的
huh?
同时，经营着一家零
At
店。
least his heritage is from Sargon. What are you, Vanguard? Since the first technical test, they have added a lot of the current classes that we know of now from OG Arknights. What are you, Cryo?
来攻击敌人。
Oh, we saw the new dodge system. So they updated the dodge system for Arknights, and personally, I think it's perfect for the combat of the
还有
game.
5位来自周末地工业的 Z7。
I don't know if they're gonna go deep into it, but it's basically you have a double dodge system with a perfect dodge that also seems to be on cooldown. My main gripes with the technical test was that combat felt clunky because you got locked into many animations of your attacks, and you had no way to you had no way to frame break out of them except for your actual skill uses, and those are on long cooldowns. You needed a neutral defense option as a dodge, but not something like Genshin, which you could just spam when there's no skill expression whatsoever. The double dodge, with a perfect dodge that rewards you for high skill gameplay, I think it's perfect. I think it's fucking perfect, along with the frame breaks, allows you to frame out of attacks that otherwise lock you in. I think combat's gonna feel a lot better. So these are gonna be the operators available for beta test 2. The new ones are Ardelia, Lacerite, Heliger Prime, Alesh, and a couple of 5 stars. 5 stars, 4 stars. 4 stars. They need some free operators, guys. If you don't get sucked into the evils of gambling and gacha, they gotta give you a usable set of 4-star operators to play with. We got guards, casters, vanguards, defenders, supporters, strikers. Some of the original technical test classes are
都进
missing.
行了调
They
整。
probably
相信调整之后
updated
每位
them.
干员都有了更鲜
Do
明
we
的
have
定位
new
和节奏，大家也能
elements?
更加感受
No,
到
we got
他们之间的
nature.
差异，
Physical's
从而
new.
更加自由地搭配出自己的作战风格。
Unless it
为
wasn't
了让战斗系统更加有
unless
深
it
度
wasn't
同时给大家带来
specified
更多策
during
略
the
上的
first
变
technical
化，
test.
我们这次重新设计了有关物理和法术两种
Physical
异常的
used to be like
系统
Originium or
我
some
们先
shit.
来说说物理异常，它的效果现在主要
Yeah,
分为
that's the
击
element
飞
that
倒地
the Endmen
猛击
had.
和碎甲
It was
这
named
四种
differently before.
当用击飞或者倒地
In case it wasn't obvious enough, I didn't pay attention to beta test 1.
破防层数
I wasn't there. I don't know any of the changes from beta test 1.
则会一次性消耗掉所有的破防层数，根据其层数的数量来触发一个强力的效果。
They got lifts, they got
猛击会造成高额的
knockdowns,
伤
crush
害
and
而
breach.
碎甲则会让敌人进入物理的易伤状态。
哎，听着就很爽啊。那再来说说法术异常，它也分为4种。
The art's reactions were a bit clunky
自然
before.
对敌人
Now it seems like they streamlined it.
则会造成法术爆发。
Match 3 together, you get bursts. And then you match
而后施加的
you
另一种
match
法术效果则会消耗所有
something with fire, you get
产生效果各异的法术
combustion,
异常。
electric, electrification, and so on. They streamlined it, which I think will make combat a lot
具体效果希望大家在
lot
游戏中
more
敬请期待
fluid and intuitive.
另一个比较大的改动就是
Oh my god, here we go, the dodge system,
现在大
baby!
家可以在短时间内连续闪避2次了。
2 quick dodges in
手感用起
succession.
来其实更顺了，但是其实一定要注意，在连续闪2次之后
After
会有
two
短暂的
dodges,
一个
there's a
中间
short
期没办法
cooldown.
再继续闪避了。
You won't be able to
所以说
dodge
大家
again.
需要提前做
Plan
好
your
一些策略
movements
性的规
carefully.
划。
This is possibly the biggest win that Endfield got so far. Because the dodge discourse has been fucking insane these past few months. I think the dodge discourse was also the reason why I tuned out of Endfield for a year. Because it's the only thing people wanted to talk about. From technical test 1 to beta test 1. Holy shit. So yeah. Back when I did my dodge discourse video, that was a long time ago. I said that I didn't want the neutral defensive option of either a dodge or a block to be spammable, because there had to be some form of skill expression in the game. I also didn't want it to be too powerful as a neutral dodge. So we got this. We got the middle ground between low skill floor. We have a neutral option, 2 double dodges. We have a high skill ceiling of a perfect dodge that rewards you with SP if you make a perfect dodge, and it goes on a cooldown so you can't spam it like a rat. It's perfect.
那要是我闪的刚刚好的，
And then they could
那就是
iterate
可以
on
说
it
赚
with
到
different
如果你
classes.
闪避刚好
Like
这
if
个
they
时候
ever
闪到
wanted
了
to
敌
make,
人的一个攻
if
击
they ever
就会
wanted
触发
defenders
极
have
限闪避
blocks and
触发
perfect
极限闪避
blocks,
以
they could
后
just
可以
replace the
让
dodge
消耗
with
的体力更
those.
少，还能回复一点点的记忆。而更加关键的是，就算极限闪避不成功，其实
If
也
your
没有关
timing's
系
off, it will
只
not
要在
end the
普攻
world.
连段中使用了闪避，就都能直接接上之前的普攻段数，而不会再被从头打断，从头再起手了。
This is also something I said during the technical test, is that Endfield as a big budget multi-million-dollar gacha game, and Hypergriff as a multi-million-dollar earning gacha game company, is that Endfield is not designed to scare away the hoes. It cannot be too skill intensive for a mobile user who is on touchscreen controls. That I understand. However, it is also a PC console game. There are different standards that it has to adhere to the audiences that it wants to attract. I like that Endfield will have a higher skill ceiling because we have these updated combat systems. It's not just a spam fiesta.
此外，我们为某
How true that statement will be throughout Enfield's lifetime? We already know. Power creep's gonna be a thing. They're gonna power creep operators year on year. Whether the combat system of Endfield can keep up with that, or it'll break under the pressure of power creep, that's still to be seen. So far, the foundations of the neutral game seem at least usable.
些强敌新增了一种叫做失衡节点的东西，在被彻底打到失衡效果之前，如果这个人的失衡值达到了这个节点，也会短暂的踉跄一下。大家在战斗中可以多多利用这个来打断敌人的一些动作。在之前的测试中收到反馈， 很多敌人的蓄力红圈打断机制其实不够明显。
The red warning circles for attacks weren't clear enough. Yeah. No shit. One of my other feedbacks from the technical test was that there should have been a colorblind option that would release with the game. Because if you're gonna use red as a telegraphing attack for dangerous, as a telegraph for dangerous attacks, newsflash. Like, a large percentage of dudes, of your main audience, might be colorblind to the color red. Just a bit of an FYI, Hypergriff. So it is a good idea to make telegraphs a lot more telegraphed without using colors.
更早的一些预警，方便大家更直观的分辨，更迅速的下判断和操作来应对。
Which is why they have the big circle
听起来
around
已
it.
经很贴心了，对吧？还有一点，我们有一些怪物也增加了部位的概念，在攻击怪物不同的部位时
Oh, that's a new motherfucker. This guy has a
有
shield.
可能被怪物的身体弹回来，打中弱点的时候可以更加猛烈的输出。
Hit him in the pussy.
更高，可千万要注意。然后，不过我们说了这么多啊，然后战斗与怪物上的调整，老朋友们自然也不会缺席。
As far as you've seen, power creep won't affect the game as long as the kits are flexible. I don't believe that. This is a gacha game. It will be affected by power creep. Let's not lie to ourselves. It is a gacha game. Arknights is affected by power creep, and it has one of the best combat systems of any mobile game. It is affected by power creep. Let's not lie to ourselves. Endfield will be the same. It's just a matter of how fast it'll affect the game, and whether or not the combat system will keep up with the power creep. Because we'll be doing, 5 times more damage in 5 years. And we're gonna get damage reduction on bosses added to keep up with that damage.
在本次测试中，我们也针对部分角色进行了美术、技能方面的优化调整。
比如说莱万汀啊，这次我们几乎是重置了
Surter.
技能组合，他的角色定位
Can you
呢由术士
Hypergriff?
调整。
We already got Surter Prime in Endfield. Can I get my Bloodline of Combat skin in Arknights, please? Can I get my Surter BOC skin?
这些改动啊，都是为了大家在战斗中
In the sandbox sense, like how Arknights is.
好的战斗与策略体
Yeah.
啊，相信大家也
That's the
注意
thing
到
with
了
power creep, is that eventually you'll have so many power creep operators on your roster that it doesn't really matter whether or not they add more power creep characters.
大家对干员行动的每个
Like at some point, you could clear the game with
所以说呢
any composition of power creep characters.
或许并不是一个很好的策略。也正因为如此呢，我们增加
And
了
then you could just choose whatever strat you want to
可以
do.
帮助大家更加灵活
But
地
also,
进行
there's still the high end.
那接下来呢，我们也
In
对战大型
sandbox
天使
play,
为
in
例
daily play in
给大家介
Arknights,
绍一
sure you
支
could clear
以
everything
为主的
with
配对
certain
战
characters.
斗开场
But if
时
you're
呢
playing
我们
high
先
level
使用一部
CC
分
and high level
敌人
IS,
倒地此时敌人会进入
there are
破
just
防
correct
无力脆弱的
options.
状态啊那
so
刚好
eventually we
当有
will
敌人
reach
被
that
破
point
防
in
时
Endfield.
触发了
It's an
军队连接
inevitability.
技可以击飞
The
敌人
story mode in
再次
Enfield's
施加破
not
防
designed to scare away the
无力
host.
脆弱的敌人后刚好又触发了敌方的连续技
When we get to
进行一
the
次连击战
higher ceiling stuff in
可以强化
Endfield,
任意
that's
一位战
when
士的下一次
we'll
击
see
杀
how the
然后呢我们
we'll see how the
利用这个
combat
战绩
system
造成
survives
进一步
through the
提高
life
怪物的
cycle
影响
of
效果
gacha game power
这一
creep.
举动同时还能触发俊位的连接技，恢复一些技力的同时，准备
Yeah, they're
展开
talking
下一轮
about
攻势。
可以看
the
到
SP restoration of the
消耗了敌
Dodgers,
人
I
所有
think.
层数的破防，
Breach consumes all existing vulnerability stats.
的战绩
Not gonna lie,
加物理脆弱，并且
the combat gameplay is like the least of my interests in Endfield. I'm not here for the combat, dog. I'm satisfied that it's gonna be usable and it's gonna be a satisfying power gameplay system. What I really care about is the fucking story, dog. Get with the
最
story!
后刚好又触发了俊位的连接技，这次因为
As long as the combat doesn't depend on timers, we'll be okay.
强大版本的连接技，看起来是不是很过瘾呢？
那战斗的组合啊，
And you can't,
自然
we,
不止
we
一
can't
种
really tell too
除了
much
前面
about
那
how
套物理系的配
how
合
a
外
game
还有更
feels
多不同的
from
战斗
a
思路
stream.
今天我们
So
再
we're
带
gonna
来
have
一支
to
法术队的配对
play it
思
for
路
ourselves
好的
if we
那开
if
场
we
时呢
actually
我们
get
先
into
接
the
近敌
beta
人
too.
然后先手
To actually see how well
战技
the new
把敌人
gameplay
聚拢
feels.
最后产生爆
Who
炸
is this big
这加
man?
一层自然
Why are
复
they
活
bullying this
同时呢
chunky boy?
让别里提前为主控的一冯进行
Last right
复活
empowers
被
Yvonne,
复
the
活后呢
controlled
下次重
operator.
击可以造成
Yeah, we have
额外伤害
supporters
并
now.
施加寒冷附着在自然与寒冷附着的
Why are they
相互作用下
bullying
全
him?
部冻结
Don't cryo infliction his
而冻
ass.
结后一场刚好又能触发吉尔佩塔的连续技
That's a Dodogama.
此时先不忙
He's
着立即
frozen.
触发吉尔佩塔的连续技
No.
我们先对冻结的敌人再次打出重击这将触发伊冯
Oh wait,
艾尔戴拉的
you could line up skills.
此时后直接火力
Holy.
了我们连续打出3名干员的连续技
Alright, you could line up 3 skills at once and then combo.
我们可以继续让别里进行附魔并继续对敌人施加寒冷附着
Back in the technical test, you could only do it one by one.
别里的附魔分别对敌人施加了2层寒冷附着
Okay, so the time pause is still there, which I think lowers the skill floor of the game, which is fine. It's fine. It's all like the time stop system. It seems like it's there to make things easier, but also the time stop system is it's an actual clever way of adding the strategic elements of Arknights into a action game, because how you use your time is different from how other people use their time. A low skill floor player would use their time to look at to set up their spatial awareness and shit, and then make their lives easier by being more aware of the surroundings. But a higher skill player will actually make more use of that time to line up their skills. So it is actually such an ingenious mechanic that they added in.
这一套丝滑小连招是不是很厉害呀？检验一切，自然是在真正的战场上。
Hello, are we gonna address the elephant in the room? That motherfucker has a halo, and we just introduced the true halos in Arknights. Also, this motherfucker. Did they? No, they didn't change it. It was already perfect. It was perfect when they introduced that boss into the technical test, and they were like, we don't need to change it. Who is this motherfucker?
比如优化了普攻的收集特效，在合理的范围内。
Hey yo, he got tubes coming out of him.
能更有沉浸感。其实我们也不单单优化了罗丹的对战画面，对所有的战斗都做了这样的调整。针对罗丹呢，我们还
The AI seems a lot better now.
现在它将不定期
My main gripe with the AI was that you had to babysit them out of AoEs. Oh my god, they exit the AoEs on their own.
转换思路，或许能将最危险的地方转换成最安全的地方。
Minimum viable AI, by the way.
现在
Marble Aguila Moira.
测试相比，我们追加了更丰富的敌人。
Lowlight, address the elephant in the room.
白垩界位置，各类敌人
What are the true angels and why are they in
更加
Endfield?
强烈且真实的打击反馈。另外，我们也
Lowlight,
针对白垩界位的攻击动作
address the elephant in the room.
可以看到，现在的攻击动作幅度更大，节奏更明确，可以说是大开大合又
Should have been me. She should have been smashing me.
机会啊！慢慢摸清他的攻击套路之后呢，相信大家一定能够找到合理的时机对他发起进攻。
F14 ass
当
mechanics.
前我们面对的对手是
Putting MMO ass mechanics.
本次测试，我们也优化了许多他的动作和镜头表现。随着锚点降临，是不是
Oh, a lot of the animations on this boss have been updated.
压迫感了呢？随着2阶段的推进，3位一体也会分裂出多个锚点，持续产出伤害，真是一点道理也不讲。而最惊险的部分，莫过于他向各位投下的那一轮轮密集的弹幕了。是与其进行
The invisible part was kinda annoying.
退回继续寻找机会，相信都是大家实战时候值得琢磨的部分。
Is this shield new? I didn't remember that shield before. Ah, yes. Time for the Factorio gameplay.
那持续在塔维尔冒险啊，面对危
I'll take a
机
sip of my
难
coffee.
免也会有跌打损伤。相信大家在游戏中经常会遇到需要使用药品恢复生命值的情况。那么在世界中获取之外啊，或者合成之外呢，在明日方舟周末地中啊，你甚至可以搭建
My
自己
love.
的生产线，源源不断。
Micromanaging production lines, my love.
一大特色，集成工业系统，也就是大家常说的工厂系统。
对。那么在周末地里，集成工业是和战斗并肩的一个核心体验。
Yes, yes. If there's anything that will set Endfield apart from the pack, it's going to be the Factorio gameplay.
集成工业啊，它不仅
It was the most cooked thing from the technical test, which I was satisfied
冒
with.
险呢，相辅相成的一个大玩法。我自己
I'm just so excited to see how they build up on the
自动化
systems.
采矿的乐趣。 那将收集来的资源啊，一点一点换成机器去加工，并最终
They're even adding blueprints so that we could share layouts with friends and each other.
那看着原本要手搓的一些东西啊，被自动源源不断的生产。
But as a City Skylines player, I'd rather just go through the minutia myself. I don't trust any of your fucking blueprints, dog. A simulation player would know that there's not gonna be one solution to the entire game. You're gonna be unlocking new and new materials throughout Endfield, and your base is gonna be constantly evolving, and all your different outposts are gonna be constantly evolving, depending on how much production you have, how much output you have. Sometimes you want specific types of production lines, so you can dedicate entire layout to the production of one material. It's gonna be a fluid thing. There's not gonna be one single. This is the optimal mega base solution that you will never change, that someone is gonna solve. We won't get to there, at least in a good while. Look at the production lines. Make them bills. Connect them conveyor belts.
You
will have people sabotage your BP and remove some belts to mess with you.
大家不要慌，只要有耐心，一点点来，不要心急，将每一个部品的原料都搭好产线，
Imagine
让它们连接在一起。你的工厂
I can also foresee the community being like, this is they're gonna be videos, they're gonna be thumbnails like clickbait. This is the most optimal Endfield setup. However, there's one conveyor belt that is missing. You have to solve it yourself. You have to solve it yourself to activate the base. Hey, this looks a lot like my own setup back in the techno test. It's just a bunch of overlapping conveyor belts. Also, the gear production in the base was something I really liked.
做完做你的忙碌的局面啊，但也有人可能会这么想，那如此庞大的产线，
I really like the way that they did the artifact system. At least back in the techno test. I don't know if they changed it from the beta test, but I liked how the gear was just produced in the base for free. Oh, as far as I knew.
其实想要有一个比较好的参考，或者说有便捷的功能，能够帮助他去完成工厂的一个搭建。 那么我们也听到了诸多管理员的呼声。当然，我们在逆向之初时期计划就要做掉这个不可或缺的功能了。
Yeah, blueprint system. Yeah. They will amog us out of the belts.
Manual construction, time-consuming, labor-intensive. And
my man's. Are you related to Paganini, my guy? Paganini doesn't have any descendants because he adopted Vanini. Are you like a distant grandson of Paganini? Am I a bad person for assuming all owl people are related?
Everything is now under your control. Box select, save, and share with ease. Efficiency, order, control. The blueprint system delivers it all.
Yeah, so anyway, as I said, there's not gonna be one mega solution for your base at all times throughout the game. You're gonna be unlocking new and new products and materials to use. And the base is gonna be ever changing as you play throughout the game. And sometimes you're gonna bottleneck, and when you bottleneck, even the most optimal bases will stop producing. So you'll have to change things up when you bottleneck. Because there is a limited amount of space inside your of inventory space. I think it was like 10k during the technical test. So when you bottleneck, I think the conveyor belts stop. So there's definitely an incentive to restructure your base when you do bottleneck. But the blueprint system is a way for for a lower skill floor to get things running a lot faster. Like if you're not engaged in the factory gameplay, this is the concession that they made, which was always going to be a concession that they planned. If you didn't want to engage with the autism-coded factory gameplay, and you only wanted to unga bunga action combat through your gacha game, here you go. You got the blueprint. You find blueprints on the internet, they're probably not gonna be the most optimal thing. They're probably gonna be like 75% optimal if you never want to think about restructuring your base ever again. They're gonna be 75% optimal. If you do it yourself, you can get that up to 100%. But most people will probably not, I don't know. The non-factory enjoyers won't take the leap to that. They'll be satisfied with 75, and I think that's okay. You could just drag and drop it, literally.
它让每位管理员的设计和优化成果能够被复制，并且这个智慧也可以被分享。我们现在就在设想着，管理员们相互交换蓝图的时候，把想象力和创造力发挥到极致的这么一个画面。
对，那这种情景啊，可能也是作为游戏作者最开心的时刻之一了。
对的，没错。而且，蓝图不仅仅是能够便捷帮助管理员的一个工具。
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It lowers the barrier and the entry barrier to getting into the game. Because if you're not good at production system games, or if you don't like those types of games, this is the solution for you.
那有了蓝图，接下来就是大规模的扩建工厂了。 而当你的工厂越来越大，空间可就成了最大的问题。
对的，那这时候大家就应该懂那种感觉，比方说，就我还能不能往这个地方再塞一个机器？
没错，这就是为什么我们设计了一个新的扩张管理的辅助机器人
，Support
集成管家
AIC Steward。Wait，
集成管家呢可以帮助大家扩展可用。
We could have a caretaker for the bases.
更加厉害的是啊，我们还能使用它。
This is the Dishang outpost.
延长存储线。
Right? No, this isn't. No, this is from the first area. Oh, you have to unlock those to begin with. Okay, you start out with 3 of those first. Regional stock bills. You could upgrade regions. Yes, this was also one of the things I wanted. I wanted something that makes the world ever evolving, that actually makes you feel like you're colonizing Talos 2. And a regional improvement system that just builds out your regions. Hell yeah, baby! My immersion.
都说一方水土养一方人，不同地域的特色呢，也影响了当地的工业系统。就拿武林来说啊，这儿
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
因此，工业计划也大量设计液体，包括对液体
We got liquid systems now.
存储以及排放和使用。
比如说
we need to produce fresh water.
解开机关或者消除局部的一些侵蚀。
Clear away localized blight.
更重要的是。 液体还能参与各种产物的生产
，liquid service core materials,
特殊产物锡壤
Zeronite
需要清水作为原料之一
，Origins of the Sky
红炉中进行合成生产。
Wait a minute，
锡壤是武林独有的科技啊，结合这项技术，衍生出了武林地区的
Looking a lot like Sui technology there. That looks a lot like
他们在放置时啊，就可以
choose thingamajig.
在一定距离内的用电设施。
Also, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these original blueprints were designed by Nian.
在我们游戏中呢，有一种叫做仓库存取线的东西，
Depot bus.
大家可以把它看作是仓库的延伸。大家可以通过仓库存取线直接进行货物的收取、
Distribute materials
供货。
between
但
distant
是在上次测试
facilities.
中呢，这个仓库存取线只能在
Steward is a vendor for
稍
upgrades.
有不便。在我们这次的优化中，有了红杉科技的加成，仓库存取线可以出现在许多自由的地方，让管理员的布局难度大大减小。
那从单条产线啊到大规模自动化，从蓝图一键部署，再到集成管家的集中管理啊，再到各个地区的特色组件的加入，那集成工业系统啊就是这样逐层递进。有关集成工业系统的内容，希望大家之后在游戏内自行探索了。
Meanwhile, back at the space station, the control nexus, the cabins.
在探索和战斗之外，自然也有家的部分，那就不得不提管理员的家，远在天穹之上的周末地大本营地加号。
I'm never gonna get over that it's not called Rhodes
地加
Island.
号是周末地工业最重要的设施。
That chair is way too big for our
也是整个
ass.
社会中心所在的地方。这里同时还是很多干员生活起居和工作的场所。在全面测试中，大家可以扩大制造舱培养舱，还能使用更多开放了的舱室。
Finally, the part I've been waiting for. The thing that I've wanted all along.
便能遇见干员们。
Furniture and home-based design. I'm a filthy furniture enjoyer. Also trust. 6% trust. You gotta do better than that. Now that's a 4-star character if I've ever seen one. You, sir, are a nondescript NPC.
会客室是一个相当炫酷与前卫的房间，同时它也是陈列管理员收藏
Medals, they got a medal room.
现在所见的墙壁
Oh hell no, dog. We're gonna have
中获得石刻章、例会与武器等。我们期待着管理员把这些
Oh, you could
全
even
部布满
look at me and my gotcha weapons. You could display your gotcha weapons and revel and also probably cry at how much money you spent on the gotcha
此
weapons.
外，大家千万也不要错过这个房间。在
Edge
此可以
Space
体验到
Salvage
全新的十项巡衣
New
活动
event.
各位可以通过这个装置进入探索不同区域
Different
完成
export-
系列任务
What？
并从中寻宝带回各
哦
种采集物与矿石，以此提升在其中探索时的能力。或者是
What's going
兑换
on
新机
here?
遇
Ora
也就是
barrel?
数
Yeah,
码
we
货
know
币
Ora barrel.
当然
They're
了
used for
我们也
headhunting.
仍在对这个玩法进行持续的优化中。
We're still
也欢迎
actively
各位管理
refining
员
this
给我们
feature.
多多提提反馈意见。
Is this how we farm Ora barrel?
很关注不同设备的体验，这是
Because
测试呢我们
back
除
in
了
the technical
机端
test, we only had the dailies for
还有云端
ascension
军部的
materials, but we
设备的
didn't
视
get
频
the
和操作
system
的优化
for headhunting materials. So is that what they're
通过对移
implying?
动端引擎优化，提升了动态细节的精细度和光影表现。比如这个大规模的工厂场景。另外，大家还可以体验到不同场景之间的
Seamless transitions in 2025. Imagine living a house in this area and some motherfuckers just ziplining around on top of your home. That looks suspiciously like the bestial Sui dog. Also, the MacGuffin that they set up during Shu's event. That's not the thing over there. It was a different thing in the middle of the city. Most likely annihilation
为
mode.
了方便大家在移动端能够更快的上手，本次还支持
Introduce
对
full
移动端
customization of
常用按
screen
键的位置
controls.
大小
Oh my
空间
god!
进行自由调整。
You would think most mobile games would have that option to have resizing of controls, but surprisingly, this is pretty innovative. These are accessibility features though. Like if you have small hands and you gotta make the buttons a little smaller, if you have big hands and a big device, you gotta make the controls bigger. More accessibility options makes the world better. Makes the world better.
我们也会持续对移动端体验进行
By making your game more accessible, you could create more gambling
中
addicts.
遇到任何的性能问题或者 bug 什么的，还希望大家多多反馈了。
Acquiring operators and weapons. Okay. Before we get into this part, just want to say, I do not give a fuck about how good or bad the casino is going to be. It is a gacha game. At baseline, it's gonna be predatory and evil as hell. There was so much discourse about the gacha system, the weapon gacha system all throughout the year. I finally understand why I tuned out of Endfield for a whole ass year. I don't care how good or bad the casino is gonna be, it's gonna be horrible at a baseline. Just bring me to the story, dog. Put the story in the bag. We know it's gonna be bullshit. We know the system's gonna be bullshit.
相关的内容，先和各位说明一下，干员寻访和武库交易所是两个完全独立的存在。想招募干员
Yeah, headhunting, weapon gacha.
需要武士的话，就来武库交易所，一目了然。 那么这次测试中啊，大家可以使用从活动、
Headhunting permits from events and mission rewards, things that we've already known. Direct purchases, yeah, we get it.
启程寻访、基础寻访和特
New Horizons, basic and chartered headhunting. Oh, 3 different types of headhunting banners now.
启程寻访的寻访机会会完全通过大家游玩游戏时获得。
New Horizons
在完成
only
启程
comes
寻访
from
后
gameplay.
大家一定可以获得一位游戏中最高
So
星级的
it's like the
干员
beginner banner where you're
在
guaranteed a
基础寻
6
访
star.
和特许寻
Yeah.
访中
Okay, it's the beginner banner.
80次寻访内也一定会获得一位最高星级的干员。另外啊，在特许寻访中，我们
Basic
还额外
headhunting is the
增加了一个
standard
互动机制
headhunting, chartered
大家在
headhunting is the limited
120次寻
headhunting,
访内一
basically.
定会获得
Why did you have to change the
概率提升
terms?
的干员。
而特许寻
I
访
think you could have kept the terms from OG Arknights and it still would have made sense.
还会在接下来的2次特许寻访中
Chartered headhunting does have this new
之后
system
退潮
where limited characters from previous banners,
大家
they
可以
stay
根据
up
自己的节奏来进行
for
规
a
划
limited
不用担
time
心一时没赶
throughout the
上
cycle,
没能获得自己
and then they
心仪的
get
干员
replaced. And then you have to cry.
本次全面测试
You have to cry that they probably want to make you
后
spark
续我们也会在游戏
for
内的公告
Leviathan
进行详细说明
2 years later into Endfield. She's no longer available. Sorry, have to spark 300 for her until we decide. 5 years later, we'll make her 200 sparks.
如果重复获得干员的话呢，还能相应的
Arsenal exchange. Each headhunting gives you Arsenal tickets that you could spend.
进行物品兑换
Oh.
一点都不会
Oh
浪
my
费
god,
哦
there's a protocol
配
pass.
额除了可以通过
Oh,
干员
we're gonna have a
寻访
battle
额外获
pass.
赠以外
Great.
也可以在每日的信用商店和部分礼包中获取。此外呢，还可以通过稍后介绍的协议通信证中
Arsenal
获取
attempts, each attempt
游
gives
戏中的
10
武器获
weapons.
取有多种
So
来源
one-
既可以通
Wait, wait,
过
wait.
上述
I
的
wanna
配
I
额
wanna run that back.
换所进行物品兑换，一点都不
Arsenal
会浪费哦。
tickets,
无辜配额除
issue attempts. So 1 ticket gives you 10 weapons. Alright. But you could also directly purchase 6-star weapons. Ooh, wow. Direct buying of power. Spicy hyperglyph. I thought you would make us gamble for it. You're just making us pay $60 for the 6-star weapon. How generous of you, Hyperglyph. I can't believe this gacha game is so generous, letting us buy shit directly. That's a macro transaction, motherfucker. I'm just being hyperbolic. Maybe it might be $60, maybe it might be $20, neither of which are reasonable prices for JPEGs. Especially ones that give you power. That's direct pay to win if they're making you buy. If they give you the option to buy it. But it's gacha games. I already said, it's a casino. It's pay to win. It's pay to win at its baseline. I'm not gonna get mad at how bad the casino is going to be. It's a given that it was already going to be bad. I'm not gonna think about it too hard.
而且随着后续版本的更新啊，我们也会不断的加入。
I'm just here for the story, dog. Put the story in the bag.
一份心仪的概率提升武器，还是想要慢慢的收集各种强力武器，相信都不会空手而归，总能稳稳的拿到。
You'll always walk away with something worthwhile if you just pull hard enough.
一个协议通行证，对吧？
It's good they separated weapons from the characters. Weapon currency isn't bought and only earned through character pulls, at least that's how it was from Beta 1. But you could also just buy them directly if you don't wanna gamba for the weapon tickets from the standard gacha. You still have to gamba the weapon tickets. I think. I don't know. But there's still that direct way of buying it. Protocol pass is... What is the protocol pass? 3 tiers. Basic tier, or a geometry tier, and yeah, okay, fine. It's a 3-tiered battle pass. Alright, dog. Alright. I don't know, man. I hope Endfield creators get the fucking pass for free at least. Come on, man.
那说了这么多啊，其实还有很多没讲的事情啊，因为我们自上次测试以来啊，真的做了非常多东西。
Incredible amount of new content.
中看到了，但是时间有限。
We're almost at the end of this. We got 6 minutes left to address the story.
那这次测试啊
Hello? Can we get the story lead in here on this stream? We're talking about recruitment now. We're not gonna address the elephant in the room. Like the 3rd pillar of Endfield. Oh no, I don't know. I don't even know if they think if it's the 3rd pillar of Endfield. They only said the pillars of Endfield is combat and factory. Where's the story? Where's the story, my guy? Talk about Endfield. Also Wenfield.
本次测试支持 PC 端、iOS 端
All right.
和安卓端。参与测试的管理员
No-
会获得
no
相应端
story.
的登录权限。
Where we get?
使用
I guess we just have to find out on our
移动
own.
端间实现数据互通。此外，这次是
Lowlight
限量
said
删档
Endfield?
测试。测试结
That
束时，服务
motherfucker.
器全部关闭后，会清除所有的数据。届时呢，还请各位持续留意官方的信息了。说到周末地工业啊，我总能想到性格各异、想法天马行空的工程师们，比如一冯。而他最近在做一台特别有趣的扭蛋机，但是遇到了一些
Gotcha
麻烦事儿
machine.
我们邀请大家拉上身边的好友，
Oh, right.
前往电力
the
满格的
recruitment
活动页
page.
面，一起来帮一冯完成这个。
There are a lot of little web
游戏的
events going on right now, so you could
前
win
面测试
beta
资格等奖励
access.
更多活动细节和最新动态，敬请关注明日方舟周末地的官
I
方媒
hope
体
I can get in without having going through this Gamba thing. I've been part of the creators program since the first technical test.
现在前往深空岛可以
I just hope we could get in and actually stream. Otherwise,
即可获得小队
I know I'm just be playing Path of Exile for the next 2
使用小队
months.
密钥在加密文件中找到与密钥对应的唯一正确坐标，小队全体成员即可获得测试资格。记住，需要比其他拥有相同密钥的管理员更快地找到正确坐标。集结出发吧！
我们的全球预约里程碑活动已经正式开启了。
There's a 5 million
周末地就有机会拿到最
follower
多
thing.
15张基础寻访凭证
Finishing call,
5星
basic
代言
headhunting
授
for
权
oh,
以
okay.
及其他丰厚奖励。
This global
不仅如此
pre-reg
全
so
球
that
范围
everyone
内的
gets
官方
no
社媒
shine
登录数突
and
破500
her
万的话，我们还会在
signature
全服
weapon
送出5张基础寻访凭证和5星武器终点之声作为奖励。欢迎大家的预约和关注。
Snowshine is like
那今天
the
的
one
分享差不多就
reconvener
到这儿了。
who
其实
didn't have her
我们今天呈现的内
design
容啊是全面
reflect
测试中的一小部分。
her OG
那时间有
Arknights
限啊
BOC
还有很
skin.
多我们用心准备的细节、系统和玩法，没能一一和大家分享。
是的，接下来我们会陆续公开更多内容，也整理了一份研发通讯，列出了大家可能比较关心的各个游戏模块的优化和新增内容，将于明天在明日方舟周末地的官网及官方自媒体发布，敬请关注。同时，我们也非常希望大家能够亲自走入游戏内去体验。那么在此感谢每一位的耐心等待和陪伴，也是你们的热情与建议激励着我们继续打磨和改进。
是的，一直以来我们都在加速制作，但是创作这样一个大型的、包含了大量前所未有体验的游戏啊，我们也是付出了非常多的努力。我们希望每次测试都能够为管理员精心制作各种内容，为大家带来美好的回忆。同时啊，我们也放眼未来，为未来的游戏开发做好了充分的计划和准备。同时，我们认为大家对我们的认可也是对游戏最大的鼓励。对于我们做的如何，也希望大家能够有好的反馈与讨论。我们希望听到你的意见和感想，最终和我们一起把周末地做得更好，为每一位管理员创造一个更好的塔维尔。我们会继续努力的，希望我们早日在塔维尔相见。拜拜。
So judging from everything that they've shown during the special program, I feel like they've earned some goodwill from the community because they actually addressed a lot of the feedback given from both beta and technical tests. Also, what the hell is this? Who? What? Why is there a duck with a disco ball under? That's not a duck, that's a goose. Who is this bot? Who are these two bozos? Hello? Radio Metal... What? Radio Metal Soar? Who is this bot? We got a new bot? Will we eventually get bots as playable characters? Or are they gonna be cowardly and be like, oh, making bots playable characters uses whole new models that we can't reuse? It's basically Monster Siren's counterpart. Also, woman. New pretty boy. Foghorn. Is that supposed to be the stinger? Thank you for watching. Alright, let's check out if there's any new content on the website. Pause this, head on over. Okay, so Bit low. About 150. Let's check out the dev comm for beta test 2 Electric Boogaloo. Dear administrators, this is the Arknights Endfield team. Since the end of the beta test, we've reviewed your invaluable feedback and made various improvements and adjustments. We also introduced plenty of new content in line with our development plan. With beta test 2 around the corner, we'd like to share an overview of key updates and additions in various game modes. AIC Factory. We added regional development system in beta test 2. We're introducing a regional development system that cohesively integrates regional exploration. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen this in the actual stream itself. This is just an overview of everything. What I want to get through. Oh, also zip lines. We got zip lines that can be shared, like Death Stranding. They can connect endmins and form lasting bonds between them. Hell yeah, I love me when zip lines connect our bonds. We're endmin guys. Of course we like zipping our lines. Other AIC factory experience optimizations. We can do unlock simulations. Unlocking a phase of the AIC factory plan will automatically unlock simulations within that phase. You can freely choose and explore the factory tech that it... What? We could test out layouts? Is that what that means? Or we could test out production lines? I don't know what that means. Unlocking simulations. Formula details. Oh! This was something that was heavily needed back when I was playing. A more streamlined window. And also gesture features on PC. For all of this bullshit. It's a PC game, Hypergriff. You can't just have touchscreen features on a PC game. It makes no fucking sense, dog. This is a fucking window. Batch mode, which lets you blueprint, copy, move, stash existing production lines. Got it. Combat system. Improved presentation experience of combat. They remade certain operators' attack and skill animations, adjusted transitions to be smoother, refined enemy reactions, special effects have been enhanced, camera has been enhanced with panning, stagger nodes, more visible, UI improvements, underlying mechanics though. Physical status now has vuln stacks, you can lift and knock down, art's reactions are more streamlined, we saw that in the trailer, dodge improvements, the best update that they've had so far, a low skill floor, high skill ceiling dodge system, 2 consecutive dodges with a short window and cooldown, and we have perfect dodge. Plus, frame breaks. Dodging no longer interrupts basic action sequences. Oh my god, we got frame breaks on our dodges. We can interrupt and no longer get locked into animations. Best part of all. That was one of my main complaints back when we played. That's why it felt so clunky, because you couldn't frame break out of your attack sequences. We got improved AI teammates, they have refined attack behaviors, they can make smarter use of equipped tacticals, as in their support tools. Hopefully we don't have to babysit them out of AoEs anymore. We got operator tags, tutorial stages, game tools, the usual shit. New ecology. Look at this, mans. What are these little froggy rabbit looking things? We got the Agaloy. Address the... Wait, no. Yes, address the elephant in the room. Why the fuck are they Agaloy? Why do they have halos? True angels, question mark. Okay. Detectors, compasses. These tools can reveal hidden storage crates. Ooh, we could find secrets easier. Oh no! They're going after Kyo's lifeline. Don't just add secret searching compasses into the game. How are YouTubers supposed to make bank on making maps for secrets? You can't just put the gameplay in the game. I need my third-party tools like my man Kyo to look for secrets around the map. You can't just make me play the game itself. That's good. It's very good. I like it. Putting all the tools that we need into the game is always good. So that we don't need... the last thing that we need for Endfield to become is to become a Wikipedia game. Like Warframe. To be so overly complex with systems that you can't understand them from within the interface to begin with. Refinements to story and narrative performances. This was my biggest complaint during the technical test. Is that the storytelling was garbaggio. It was garbage. Holy shit, was bad. Not the story itself. Not the story beats itself or where the story seems to be going. I mean the actual storytelling of screenwriting and character performances in the game was garbaggio, dude. Because it still felt like, at least from the technical test, it felt like Hypergriff was writing a visual novel for a 3D animated game. And it felt wrong. It felt so low quality. And it wasn't really becoming of a company that makes more than 50 million a year from gambling addicts. Like it or not, Endfield is a AAA game, so I would like the story to reflect that. It is a game that is potentially going to make millions of dollars a year. I would like the story and quality of the narrative performances to reflect that. And it seems they were also aware. A lot of my own personal feedback from Endfield from the Endfield technical test was addressed. I called fucking Wolfguard ugly as hell. The community got mad at me, and lo and behold, Hypergriff also agreed with probably other people that gave the same feedback. They fucking gave that man plastic surgery. Wolfguard is a whole new person. I gave feedback that story and narrative performances were garbaggio. Enough people also gave that feedback that they did refinements to it. Enough people gave feedback that the combat was clunky without a dodge, but also that dodge shouldn't be spammable. They addressed it. If anything, this shows that Hypergriff is pulling in some goodwill with the community, that they are taking feedback to heart. I like that. It is a good baseline to start with. The baseline of which gacha games are inherently evil, so there's... they have a long mountain to climb before they get into the positives, which they did in original Arknights. But we're in a new game. They gotta build up that reputation with a whole new audience that they also want to bring into the franchise. Not just us entrenched motherfuckers and bozos. A lot of us are already stuck here for life. We're in hell for eternity, dog. Whether we enjoy the story, whether we're addicted to the waifus as bandos and the gameplay and high CC, or you just want the next specialist operator for your specialist knights. Some of us are here for life. So at least we can make these concessions that, hey, Hypergriff is bringing in goodwill by addressing a lot of the feedback, valid feedback, that everyone gave during the technical test and the beta test. Refinements to the story based on invaluable feedback from the previous test event. We've reviewed both main story and side stories and made changes to the narrative pacing and character development. For example, in Beta 2, you will experience a new chapter of the story unfolding in Wu Ling. Along with these changes, we've updated and reworked the relevant cutscenes, audio and sound effect resources. Refinement to narrative performances. We're using new camera techniques. Hold up. I just realized my cursor is not showing. Capture cursor. Now my screen disappeared. What? Oh wait. There we go. Ha. Capture cursor. There we go. We're using new camera techniques and adding new character gestures and actions to bring operators to life through 3D storytelling. Many side missions now have cutscenes and cinematics to enhance emotional impact. We will continue refining the game's narrative performances to deliver a more immersive audiovisual experience. That's what I meant when I gave my own feedback, is that it felt like Hypergriff was screenwriting a visual novel instead of a 3D animated game. I'm glad they're taking the feedback to heart. This is a multi-million-dollar earning company. I want the story to reflect that. The gambling money has to go somewhere and not just into Lowlight's pockets. And not just back into the F14 shop. Other new systems and features. Friends and reception room systems. We've added various new features to the friend system. You can now freely display your weapons, collectibles, and operator CVs. You can now show engraved medals and share your collections and achievements with friends. You could visit your friends' reception rooms, explore their room layouts. Oh no. We could go into reception rooms in 3D now. Great, I have to work on my furniture game. Camera system lets you freely control camera view, switching first person, third person. Wait, what? Is this just in the base? The story changed a lot in beta 1 already. Good. The camera system lets you freely control between first person and third person, adjust parameters. It also allows you to apply filters, change team formations, and add stickers. So I'm guessing this is just in the base, where there's no combat. You're not going into combat in first person in this game. Engraved medals. You can earn engraved medals by completing... Yeah, we know. Okay, we know how medals work. Multi-layered maps and tags. Multi-layered maps. They made the maps 3D? Cool. You can now tell. Switching administrator's form, you can change from type A to type B. Controller mode. Okay. Cross-platform optimization. Providing platform-specific... Yo! In beta test 2, we're providing platform-specific controls for mobile, PC, PlayStation, so players on each platforms have controls optimized for their device. This is the first time we adapt and optimize a game for multiple platforms. We've been continuously updating our technologies and workflows to provide a smooth gaming experience. If you have any feedback, please let us know through customer support and surveys. We sincerely appreciate your patience and understanding. They're fucking listening, dog! They actually paid attention to the feedback. This was also one of my feedback, especially with the base, is that if you're designing a port for PC and consoles, you can't fucking design it like a mobile game. Like other lesser than mobile games that get ported. They're paying attention. Because honestly, what kind of factory Sims player goes into Endfield expecting all PC-rich features that other simulation games have, and it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? Touchscreen controls? Single tap? No right-click? No drop-down menu? What? It's like, impressive. They paid attention to the standards of the platforms. That's a low bar to clear, but it's a bar finally cleared by a mobile game ported onto PC. It's like, it's not done enough because, quite frankly, a lot of ports are just cash grabs. They're not optimized whatsoever for PC, nor do they have PC-specific controls. Also, that also bodes very well for the upcoming OG Arknights PC port. Because we've already had the Arknights PC port announced for a while now. If they're optimizing their workflow to include cross-platform optimization and platform-specific controls for Endfield, I hope it trickles back to Arknights. I hope it trickles back to Arknights when we finally get that PC port. Which was announced like, I don't know, a year ago. Or some shit. That's great. It's great. It's a low bar to clear. But they're clearing it. Hypergriff is gaining a lot of goodwill from me, dog. That's all I'm saying. Still inherently evil, though, because of Gacha. But they are climbing that mountain for me. Just like they did with OG Arknights. Localized experience. To provide a better localized experience for all administrators across the globe, we've thoroughly optimized the in-game text. We've systematically reviewed and revised text in all languages, refined sentence structures and expressions to better match reading preferences for local players. For some languages, we've also added pronunciation of important special terms to help you understand the game's concepts and settings more accurately. Yo, that's sick! They give you an optimization thesaurus? Pronunciation thesaurus? We'll keep listening to your feedback and working to enhance the game's localization. In addition to what's mentioned in DevComm, we're developing more in-game systems, characters, gameplay modes for beta tests. We're continuously refining game... Okay. That's sick. That's sick. I think they learned. They learned from their previous other narrative game. What was that other game? I already forgot its name. We played it for like 8 hours and it bored me to death. It was so full of jargon. It was full of jargon and esoteric world building that was hard to parse. And I think they learned a lot from that experience. I forgot what it's called. I don't remember it anymore. I just wiped it from my brain until now. But I think they really learned from that experience. That if they're gonna introduce new concepts to new players, especially players not entrenched in Arknights already, they have to include a story thesaurus, a story encyclopedia. Including pronunciations is also great. I wish we had that in OG Arknights. A lot of fucking people do not pronounce Kazimierz. A lot of the pronunciations of names between characters are also inconsistent throughout numerous dubs of different characters throughout the game. In OG Arknights is all I'm saying. Arknights could also use that. However, the localization experience, I am very optimistic about it. It's great that they're personally reviewing. They're not leaving it up to a third party like Yostar to be in charge of the localization and what do you call that? The proof checking, the proof reading. Because Yostar, you motherfuckers. Look, all I'm saying is that Yostar, they don't know how to use some terms correctly in OG Arknights. And we could spot there are a lot of grammar errors and proofreading errors in OG Arknights. That's still carried by how peak the story and writing is, despite Yostar's fuckery. Griffline is being published by Hypergriff itself. So Griffline is Hypergriff's own personal publishing side. So this is first party publishing. Hypergriff is in charge of the localization themselves. They are hands-on with making sure that all the localization is accurate and going above and beyond. They're refining sentence structures and expressions to better match reading preferences for the local players in their local tongue. That's insane. Like, they're going... This is like FF14 levels of localization intent, dog. I love it. I love it. I enjoy it. The usual motherfuckers are probably gonna bitch and whine about, my woke translations. They're making Arknights woke. I'm sorry, dog. It's been woke since day one. But yeah. When they asked for numerous languages that we'd like to see Endfield localized in, most people didn't take that seriously. They said, oh, why not just hit all of these languages? And that takes money, dog. Localization is a very cost-intensive process of game development. Like, it involves writing, translation, localization. It also involves dubbing. Dubbing is part of it, considering that we're in the 3D game with voice acting and shit. So actors gotta be paid. Writers gotta be paid. It's very intensive. If there's a lot of lines they have to go through, it's very labor intensive. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the most important languages that they have to localize the game into, we already know. English and Chinese is going to be standard. Spanish, there are not a lot of gacha games localized in Spanish. I'm telling you, dog. Look, all I'm saying is, if Endfield localizes into Spanish, do you have any idea what would happen to the global app store rankings of Endfield? If Enfield is localized into Spanish, Global could finally become #1 on the app stores and we could get free pulls. Do you know how huge the Spanish market is, dog? Like, the reason Arknights already doesn't get #1 spots on the global store is because it doesn't have Spanish. The Spanish-speaking world is huge, man. You have no idea how huge it is. If we could get the Spanish people addicted to Enfield, we could get our free pulls by becoming #1 on the global store. IMO, both Arknights and Endfield were already pretty light on the jargon. Most terms are things we already know from IRL. Yeah, but Arknights is already OG Arknights. First of all, it's a visual novel. Plus, it's a tower defense. So it's already niche of the niche. What we're talking about is Endfield. It's a multi-million-dollar AAA game designed to not scare away the hoes and designed to go against everything mihoyo. It's designed to make millions of dollars and attract the lowest common denominator to play it. It is very nice that they will have an encyclopedia of jargon and world building. Kind of like FF14. You could really tell Lowlight is an FF14 fan because a lot of the way Lowlight is going about with the production of Enfield and handling the feedback and the needs of players for Enfield across platforms, it is giving a lot of Yoshi P. Lowlight has been very obvious that he's been an FF14 fan. And he's channeling a lot of Yoshi P in the way he's producing Enfield. Enfield has a wiki for lore and stuff in beta already. That's great. Anything that'll make everything more accessible within game and not just outside the game. Everything needs to be within the game. Centralize the experience. Because that's what gaming is. We don't need YouTubers to give you guides. The fun of the game is in playing the game. And learning things through the game. Even if the information is going to be an encyclopedia in the game. For those of us that are literate enough to read it. So yeah. Enfield is looking great right now. With the beta test 2. Hopefully, we could get in for the beta test. Otherwise, I'm gonna be Sag for like a week and then I'm gonna continue playing Path of Exile. Let's see if they updated any of the pages. They got Dijang. Anchor. Wait. OMV Dijang is a spacecraft in the artificial geostationary orbit above Talos 2. It is the current headquarters of Enfield Industries, powered by a massive protocol Originium. It supports various subsystems, including the Telet Protocol and Automated Industry Complex. Anchor. Anchors are mysterious constructs that trigger the formation of Agaloy. Elephant. Their origins remain unknown, and they are randomly scattered throughout Talos 2. Once they land, they begin drawing in nearby materials to create Agaloy. You mean Agaloy or true angels? What did you mean by this? We finally got introduced to the true angels in the Masses Travels. The IC Complex. The Tianqi Pillar. Tianqi Pillars are column-shaped Zeronite devices developed to counter the Blight Tide. They stand as one of the major scientific... Wait! No! Yo, I was right! By combining Originium technology with Fahrenheit studies, has Tianqi invented the Tianqi Pillar to combat the Blight Tide. The device disperses Zeronite particles and activates them as needed to weaken the effects of the Blight. It was developed from Shu's MacGuffin during her event, which fought away the demonic corruption. They developed it from her MacGuffin. I was right. I immediately saw the Rubik's Cube looking thing and I'm like, did Shu design that? And I was right. It was developed from Shu's MacGuffin during her event. Agalos. The Agalos, plural Agaloy, refers to any hostile animated entity compromising of natural matter and a halo structure. And is created by an anchor via catalytic construction. Throughout the history of humanity's expansion across Talos 2, The Agaloy have been our primary threat. The Agaloy War was named after the enemy fought by humanity. Well, when are we gonna address the elephant in the room, Lowlight? We just introduced the true angels into OG Arknights. The law shot itself up into the hemisphere, trying to break through the sky dome. We don't know where the law wants to go to. We don't know how the Agalos and the true angels are connected, except that they have halos. I don't know. What are we setting up here? Landbreaker. Landbreakers refer to groups of armed raiders and in the fringes of society who make a living off robbery and other forms of criminal violence. When the Landbreakers' dreams of conquest were shattered, the gang split into several offshoots. Each now goes by a different name. People use Landbreakers as a catch-all term for armed group that stands against civilized order. The barbarians at the gate. The barbars at the gate. They stand in defiance of our great civilization. Okay. Let's go to operators. Your assumption is that we'll go deeper into the Agaloy after like 2 to 3 years into Endfield. Imagine if we just continue on in OG Arknights with the Sanctin Sarkaz storyline. I don't know. It feels like we've wrapped up the Tikaz storyline for now, and we're headed back to Ursus in OG Arknights. But I know Hierda is somewhere on Terra converting people into Originium hybrids, and the law is just rotating around in the sky, and the true angels are just chilling in the Originium Sea. I don't know. What would be interesting is if, since Arknights and Endfield are both live service games still in operation, it would be wild if they do parallel storytelling. That would be wild. If they do parallel storytelling that connects with each other, that sets up each other. I don't know. I feel like it would feel rewarding for entrenched Arknights players. But yeah, we have our operators. I don't know if these are new. What do you call that? If this is a new website layout. I haven't been on this website for over a year. So we got the admin. We already know about Perlica, Shen. There's Leviathan from Beta 1. Yvonne, Gilberta, Ardelia, who is a new reconvener, as far as we know. This world has so many mysteries to uncover. We should get to know it better, just like how we should learn more about ourselves. Don't you agree, Professor? You're not calling them the doctor? Wait. Ardelia is a Rhodes Island operator assigned to Endfield Industries, where she serves as an expert geologist under framework agreement between two companies. Ardelia's early work is centered on volcanoes, but today her research extends into the ether side and geological disasters. She spends most of her time in the field, venturing alone into disaster sites to collect samples and analyze structures and develop theories that have become the cornerstone of Enfield's blight countermeasures, always humble and polite. She carries an inner strength that never seems to run dry. To her, happiness is simple: climbing another mountain, walking another path, hearing the voices of the world, and uncovering the hidden wonders of the planet. If you can become good friends with Ardelia, then Mr. Dolly is sure to like you too. Dolly is still around! Dolly took a vacation to Endfield. Dolly was probably like, who is this precocious, familiar-looking child? I'm pretty sure Ea Fiala passed away thousands of years ago. Mr. Dolly, don't run off. Come say hi to the professor. Okay. So we got Ember. We got Lacerite, who is the most Genshin Impact ZZZ Mihoyo looking character in Endfield so far. I am something of war, I guess. She is from the faction Sesqua? How do you pronounce that? I'm glad we're getting an encyclopedia in Endfield that will let us know how to pronounce that. She is a Sarkaz. Before the Sarkaz of the Floating City Floating City. Sarkaz of the floating city? Do you mean the Imperiana Casdelia? The Imperiana Casdelia, which has been teased in PV4 plus Kelsey's Bloodline of Combat skin. Last Rite was a kind-hearted girl adopted by Caprine Gravekeeper couple. Shaped by their teachings, the young Nezeru refused to disturb the dead, resisting her instinct to feed. But that restraint left her reeling with hunger, and her insecurity made her shrink away from others. A chance encounter revealed Last Rite's potential to Sesqua. Enticed by the promise of well-paid temp work, ain't we all, and training to suppress instincts, she came to be known among merchants as the Princess of the War Court, now clad in witching hour prototype combat suit. That's a combat suit? I think it was just an excuse to let her wear a thigh-revealing suit. Girl, where the hell are your underwear? She wields frost and steel for Enfield's cause, both to fulfill her contract and strive towards the peaceful future that Enfield has set before her. If my contract with Sesqua expires, you can contact me. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to say that. Please don't tell anyone. Li Feng, old character we already knew of. Still though, are you related to are you related to the lungs? The horns make me think you're part. Oh wait, no. My bad. We already saw your character before. You're not a lung. You're. Yeah, we already saw your character before. You're that TCAS group. You're that Sarkaz group with halos, with the one loop shooter in OG Arknights. I forgot what your race was. I remember now. Yeah, you're that one Sarkaz group with halos. The Anasa, there we go. Fuck me, it was right there on the screen. I'm blind. I'm actually illiterate, by the way. I'm illiterate. Arknights is anti-woke. Pogranichnik, which is just Helliger Prime. Look at my mans. They Delphified my gilf. Faction, Rhodes Island. Race, Liberty. The situation is urgent. I respectfully request a brief on your battle plan at your earliest convenience. Pogradnichnik is a Rhodes Island operator assigned to Endfield, where he serves as military consultant under the framework between the two companies. With deep knowledge of military theory and hard-won experience in team combat, he leads his unit through the most unexpected crises. Once commander of the Shield Guard banner in the Order of the Steel Oath? Okay. So we've already known the Order of the Steel Oath for a long time. I didn't know they were related. I didn't know they had shield guards. Are they related to Ursus? He and his troops came to be regarded as one of the most reliable on the front lines against the Agloy. But as the situation on Talos 2 grew increasingly complex, he joined Enfield Industries without hesitation. He firmly believes that the Endmin will lead Talos 2 onto a new path, just like a self-insert gacha game character he envisioned. Endmin, I have no doubts that your actions will put solemn end to this cruel cycle of war and violence. I will glaze you up to the end of your days. Alesh! United Workers Syndicate of Talos 2, my mans is a union worker? Let's go! Anati. Anati? Anati? You're not a feline? You're giving feline, boy. You can always retrieve a cast lure when angling, but in real life, there's no easy way out once you're in hot water. Introduced by a liaison from UWST Security Bureau, Alesh joined Enfield Industries to take on communications and cover duties on the frontier. When he's not on the job, he doubles as an instructor for Enfield's angling class. Enfield is an angling class? There's a fisherman class. There are fishermen on Enfield? He isn't keen talking about his boring past. All that's known is that he clawed his way through the frontier's underclass, enduring strife and betrayal at every turn. In the end, he left the streets behind with one blind eye and a body worn from exhaustion. By trade, Alesh is a fin seller. You're giving Jay. He's giving Jay. Spending his days absorbed in angling, but beneath the laid-back surface, lies sharp instincts and keen judgment. In a pinch, his eyes cut like the tip of a hook. And he has got as many tricks for handling trouble as he does for reeling in a catch. On missions, he wears the same easy smile, pulling off victories where no one expects them. Living the happy life is important. True legit wisdom from an old boy, Edmund. Is this a tease that we have fishing in Endfield? Has that already been announced? Have I been so out of the loop that I didn't realize fishing would be added to Endfield? We already known about Arknight. I hope her in-game character reflects her melanin if Hypergriff aren't cowards as usual. We've already known about the pan. Look at my mans! Look at my mans! Is he wearing pants? Did he finally put on pants? He just got that hanging out. Got Snowshine. We've already known about Snowshine. Wolfguard, they gave him an entire facelift after I called him ugly. Zaihi. We got the 4 stars, which are gonna be for free. So you have a usable roster of 4 characters to use. Akikuri. Ops Z7. Captain Akikuri of Operations Team Z7 under the Specialist Tech Division is known for her smile and trademark line, "Leave it to me." You can check their 3D animations, yes. Look at that. Wow! You can't rotate them though. Do I dare check? Do I dare check? I'm just gonna put it up to Asling. We know that Arknight is a character designed by Asling because of her grayish ash skin. Like, Asling is the only one at Hypergriff that does this type of character design. However, she has more brown on her concept art, so still kind of cowardly of Hypergriff to not reflect that. From mission planning to day-to-day management, she handles it all. Beyond tactical command and strategy, she's a master of coordination who always uncovers the optimal solution, even with limited resources. She also knows how to care for her team, making sure everyone works in harmony and shines in the role that suits them best. She practically built Operations Teams Z7 from ground up. In such a few months, she handled everything from recruitment and training in full deployment, leading the team to remarkable results. To think, not long ago, she was just an honor student in the business school who volunteered to join Endfield. No one expected a newcomer to rise so quickly and become a captain worthy of trust. She's basically she's our Fang. She's the Fang of this game. She's gonna carry you. She's even a Vanguard. She's our free Vanguard captain. Antle. A mission for me, good. I happen to be seeking field testing opportunities for modified orbiters. A member of Operations Z7, Antle works as a supporter and Originium technology consultant. He's clever and quick on the uptake. Okay. Influenced by his grandmother, Antle has little concern for conventional success. The Saver won't rest for days until he's unraveled secrets. Okay, got it. These are 4 stars. I don't know how relevant they are to getting parasocial about the game. So we got Catcher. Estella. I might start to care about them once they get involved into the story, but I feel like these are just filler characters that you get for free. So, I don't know how... Wait up. Who is this woman? No fucking shot. Wait a minute. Green woman? Wait. Wait. Your tail is very familiar, dog. Did they just reconvene Gaviel as a 4-star? No, it can't be. Can't be. They can't reconvene. They can't downgrade Gaviel. Well, she was to be fair, she was a 4-star to begin with. She isn't Gaviel, she's only from the same race. Green woman with a thick tail. Fine. I will choose to believe that she's not Gaviel's reconvener. Anyway, though, those are the 4 stars we'll get for free. Not quite interested in them. Of course, the main ones that catch the eye are going to be the reconveners of Aya and Helliger. Helliger, they fucking brought that man back into this Bloodline of Combat skin. Look at their 3D. Look at my man's in the shield guards. He's so handsome. That's a man that did war crimes for Ursus and then regretted it. He's fishing. I don't have GPU acceleration on Chrome right now, so that's why the animations are choppy. I'm a gamer! I turn off GPU acceleration in Chrome so I get more frames on my main screen, dog. Still could have wished that Arkline was actually consistently as brown as her concept design. But this is the Azling. This is the Azling skin tone. So whatever. It's a concession. Azling is the only one in Hypergriff. Is the only artist at Hypergriff brave enough to actually do dark skin characters in 2025. We'll take what we can get. Is the game open? No. We've just been reacting to all. We've just reacted to the special program plus the new characters. Look at Avwena. Look at Avwena. She's the most M7 looking ass design character in all of Endfield. Like, you can tell M7 was the one who designed Avwena. Look, my mans. Are you wearing pants, my guy? You just got your dong hanging out right like that? Is there a double standard between the furries and non-furries in Arknights that they can just hang dong like that? Jesus Christ. Bro. Look, man. I'm not gonna question Ursus genetics. They surely have better frost resistance than other races, but holy hell, dog. That much resistance, you could wear that in the freezing cold? Dang, impressive. Look at my man's given a facelift. I called this motherfucker ugly during the technical test. People got angry at me, and look where we are now. They completely redesigned him. Zaihi. Still, one of my favorite character designs in all of Endfield. It is super simple. It works. It is very elegant. Aurora was always like that, to be fair. We need some more Aurora. We need the Aurora swimsuit skin in OG Arknights. Akekuri? What is Akekuri? Is she a red panda? Or is she... No, she's a Pero. She's a dog girl. Are you a Shiba Inu? She's got the Shiba Inu round eyebrows. Bro, she's a Shiba. She's a Shibe. Antle. What is that? Is that a wand or a... that's your wand. Catcher. You got a shield. You're a defender. That tiny ass shield. Better attract out. You got defender classes. Pretty good. I don't know if they've already shown defenders in previous beta tests, but I think it would be... I think it would be fun if defenders didn't have the dodge system but had a block system. Just to make them stand out compared to other archetypes. Estella, who is this? You seem kind of sleepy. What are you? You're a feline. Fluorite, who suspiciously is a green-haired Archosaurus. Wait, no, she's a Fidya. You're right, chat. She's not Gavial. Gavial's not a Fidya. She's not Gavial. Okay, I just saw the race now. My bad. She's a snake woman. Snake. She's not Gavial. Gavial's not a snake. She's an Archosaurus. Also, skin-tight suits. Hell yeah, brother. Sometimes you don't need revealing clothing. Sometimes you just need skin-tight suits. Which is still why I... Which is also why I think that Last Rite takes the top spot in one of the worst design characters in Endfield so far. It's like, let the fan service flow. Most Mihoyo ass looking character in all of Arknights. If you saw this character design for a video game without any context, would you ever think it came from Arknights? Like as a baseline, not even as a skin for fan service. We have a lot of fan service skins. As a baseline character design, she does not scream Arknights. I think she's still the worst looking character so far revealed. But either way, whatever. One for the Gooners. Gooners, you could have this one. You could have a Nezeru waifu bad. I don't even think she's a baddie. She's kind of shy. She's kind of meek like that. A shy Nezeru waifu that might eat you when she goes hungry. Can you handle that, lads? Lads, can you handle the shy, meek Nezeru waifu that might eat your innards when you fall asleep if she gets hungry enough? Some of you can't handle that. You gotta handle her at her worst if you can handle her at her fan service. And then we got Li Feng, who is an Anasa. Still though, I wanna know after everything that's happened in the Masses Travels, how the Sarkaz and the Anasa probably reacted to the whole Laterano incident. Because the Anasa seem to have always had their halos, plus their Sarkaz features. I don't know, man. I think I wanna, sometime in the future, I want an Anasa storyline where, I don't know, we could connect back to the Laterano and Tikaz storyline. She has Nezeru elements in her design. It's not like she's completely unrelated. Look, man. Let's just be honest. If you like a character for fan service, let's just say that. Let's just say that. It's not shameful to like characters for their fan service. It's not shameful. And we've had other Nezerus already revealed in or OG Arknights. It also seems like Nezerus and OG Arknights are like, oh, we're decrepit monsters addicted to war. We feed off death and war. Meanwhile, the Gen Z Nezerus are like, I'm gonna wear the skimpiest outfit possible. I don't wanna feed on war like the boomers do. I'm not like the boomers. Whatever, dog. She's Gen Z Nezeru. She goes her own way. She's rejecting all the Nezeru traditional ways. She's not wearing a gruesome cloak. She's not feeding on corpses. She's an elegant, refined Nezeru. Also, Thai. My mans, look at my mans. With the shield guards. Possibly number 1. Best design character in Endfield so far. Without a doubt. And I don't even like Helliger as a character. Like, we haven't had any content with Helliger whatsoever to get me parasocial about him. But this motherfucker in his prime, in Endfield, I love him. 10 out of 10 design, especially because it's based off the Bloodline of Combat skin. Bloodline of Combat skins, still winning. BOC enjoyers, we stay winning in 2025. Day 1 BOC enjoyers, we've always been winning. It's lore accurate in a way, including her headgear, even if it's Gunnar bait. It is both lore accurate and Gunnar bait. My man Alesh, look at him. He's a surfer. They got fresh water enough on Talos 2 that they could surf and angler like this. Holy hell. Also reminds me of, what's his face? La Pluma's brother. The golden retriever motherfucker. Also, they weren't afraid to give this man melanin. It's wild. Bro. Look, it's wild. In his concept art, he has fair looking skin in the hard light of the sun. In his 3D model with neutral lighting, he's browner. He's browner than fucking Arklight. Wait. Where's Arklight? Did I skip her? Where is she? Why does it keep... What? Where? Did she disappear? There's Arknight. Like Arknight, in the light of a desert sun, she looks brown. But in neutral lighting on her 3D model, she has the Asling ashy gray skin. It's wild, dude. Well, at least we have Alesh. At least we have Alesh. In 2025, at least we have Alesh. Look, man, let's be honest. In OG Arknights, they would never release a character like Thorns in 2025. It hasn't been done. No, my mans! That's a man that stays out in the sun, catching fish. No wonder he's tanned like that. Or else naturally like that. Why are you posing like that? In what form or fashion did you need to pose like that? You're on the job. Lo, my man's not wearing pants and doesn't care. He just has his third leg out. I love him. He's Ursus though. Pandas are considered Ursus? Huh. I thought they would be like, I don't know, a different classification, but they're considered Ursus. Alright. Sure. What about red pandas though? If we ever get a red panda operator, will they be considered Ursus or are they even considered pandas? Raccoons. Where was... I want to check. Where is Ember? So Ember is a Sancta. And as far as we know, she doesn't have wings. Even there, look. You look behind her, she doesn't have wings. But she has a Sancta halo. And as far as we know, after the masses travels, Sancta can still be born with halos as long as they have faith in the law. That's the new laws of the world for Sancta. However, I'm curious why she doesn't have wings to begin with. We still haven't fully understood the ramifications of the Laterano event, of the Laterano incident. But it is very interesting that Sanctas in Endfield, or at least the one Sancta that we've seen in Endfield, doesn't have any wings. But she does have a halo. Which makes sense. Because Sanctas can still be born. I think... I don't know if they're gonna expound upon it, but as long as you're born, you could have a halo no matter what race you are, as long as you have faith in the law. At least that's what the masses travels ending implied. But Sanctas are still produced after the incident. She's probably from non-Sancta parents, so she won't have wings. I don't know if it's genetic or not, though. But it was never genetic. Well, strike that. I won't say that. It was never genetic to begin with, because it was always the law that granted Sanctans their halos. And now, post Masses Travels, it's faith that grants their halos. Like, the laws of reality have... The laws of the law has been rewritten. That... Yeah. We still have to get into things. They can still be born with halos. Through faith. With wings or not, I don't know. I don't know why she doesn't have. Maybe it's character specific to her. Maybe other Sanctans have halos. I guess we'll find out. Is there any new things that we could check on the website? That's the media. That's the AIC. That's the gameplay. The devcoms. Recruitments are open. I think that's it. Alright. Also, we've only had 25 million pre-reg for Endfield. Come on, dog. We could do better than that. Get your grandparents. Get your uncles. Get your cousins pre-reg, dog. I need my 5-star signature weapon for Snowshine. We still haven't unlocked Snowshine. We need 5 million more pre-reg. Bro. 25 million's a lot. How much of that is bots? And how much of this is actually fake? Like, for real though. Like, Hypergriff is under no obligation to tell people that these milestones are actually real time or real people, real accounts to begin with. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of December, we would reach 30 million, and by the time of release, we'd reach 35. 25 million pre-reg for Endfield? I don't know about that, dog. You don't see those types of numbers for Endfield reflected in social media statistics. I don't know where this 25 million came from, man. But anyway, get on it! Or at least bought that shit. Whatever they want you to do. I still think it's fake. I think it's just timed milestones. They're gonna give everything to us regardless. It's the same thing when Lowlight goes on stream and rolls a gacha. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give you guys free materials. Which would it be? I'm gonna give you all of the materials on the wheel of rewards. Wow, how lucky! Guys, don't get tricked. Lowlight has done this multiple times already. Don't get tricked. We're gonna get all the rewards regardless if we reached 35 million. They're gonna fake the stats. And Lowlight's gonna be like, oh, look guys, you won all the rewards. We've seen this time and time again, dog. Okay. Anyway, what do you mean we haven't achieved 5 million followers on social media? Now that's something that you could actually track on social media. Motherfucker, Enfield's not getting 5 million. Realistically, unless he bought that shit. What the hell? 5 million followers on social media? I love that they're reaching for the sky, but that's not happening. Realistically. It's more like a meme that he wants to play into. I know it's a meme. Which is why I'm like, this is a lie. This is a lie. These are too big numbers. For a franchise that wants to break into the AAA gacha space. I'm not sure if these 35 million people exist. They're probably gonna fake the numbers and give us all the rewards regardless, and we're gonna celebrate! Either way, free materials, free snowshine. I'm not complaining. I'm just seeing through. I'm just seeing through the curtains. Anyway, I think that will be that for our reaction of the special program, plus all the new stuff that they added, plus all the new characters, world building. I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that a lot. Tomorrow we will be back for MonsterCon Sundays. We will be platonically hanging out with Kale. On Wednesday, I don't know if we're gonna play Arknights on Wednesday. I haven't touched Vector Breakthrough since it got added into the game. I'm not sure if I'm interested in Vector Breakthrough. I might skip the event or not. I don't know. Maybe by next weekend, we might have a new event in Arknights and we could start with that. I'm not too sure. Anyway, our plans are flexible. But that will be that for now. Thank you to everyone that stopped by, chilled out in chat, and watched us react through the special program and give our thoughts on the upcoming updates for the Beta Test 2 Electric Boogaloo. Address the elephant in the room, Lowlight. What are the Agiloi and how do they relate to the true angels? Address the elephant! Anyway, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you friendos next time for some more Arknights. Bye-bye, friendos.